I found the phone on the back seat of a taxi. At first, I thought someone had forgotten it. Then I noticed the screen. It was still recording. The camera was facing the front seat, the driver, his hands, the road, and a small red timer in the corner. The recording had been running for almost 40 minutes. It was almost midnight when I left the office. The rain had turned the streets into mirrors, and the city looked half asleep. I ordered a taxi, but my phone battery was almost dead. When a black car stopped in front of me, I checked the plate quickly and got in. The driver didn't say anything. No greeting, no question, nothing. I told him my address. He nodded once and started driving. For the first few minutes, everything felt normal. Then I saw a weak light between the seats. An old phone, cracked screen, camera open, still recording. I picked it up carefully. I wanted to stop the video and give the phone to the driver. But before I could say anything, I saw the file name on the screen. If you find this, do not give it to him. My hand froze. I looked at the driver. He was watching the road. Silent. I turned the phone slightly away from him and opened the gallery. There were only 7 videos, all recorded inside the same taxi. Same seats, same dashboard, same small crack on the windshield. The first video showed a young man sitting exactly where I was sitting. He looked nervous. He whispered into the camera. If someone finds this phone, please listen carefully. His voice was shaking. This driver is not working alone. I stopped breathing for a second. The video continued. The young man looked toward the front seat, then back at the camera. He doesn't talk. He doesn't ask questions. He just nods. I slowly looked at the driver. He had done exactly that. The young man in the video continued. If he turns left after the old pharmacy, do not stay in the car. At that exact moment, the taxi passed an old pharmacy. The driver turned on the left indicator. My mouth went dry. This was not the future. This was not magic. This was a pattern, a route he had used before. I looked outside. The street was empty. The rain was getting heavier. The driver turned left. I tried to stay calm. Brother, I said, can you stop at the gas station? I need to buy water. He didn't answer. I repeated it. This time he looked at me through the mirror. His eyes moved from my face to the phone in my hand. Then he said his first words. Give me the phone. His voice was low. Too calm. I forced a nervous laugh. What phone? He didn't smile. Give it to me. The car slowed down, but not near the gas station, near a narrow road with no lights. I knew I had only seconds. I pressed the power button on my own phone. 1% battery. Enough. I sent my live location to my brother with one message. Call me now. A few seconds later, my phone rang. Loud. I answered immediately. Hello? Yes, I'm in the taxi. I'm almost there. I made my voice sound normal. Then I said my brother's name and the street name loudly, as if everything was fine. The driver kept looking at me through the mirror. The car slowed. Then it stopped. Not because he wanted to help me, because now someone knew where I was. Get out, he said. I didn't argue. I opened the door and stepped into the rain. The taxi drove away before I could even close the door properly. But the old phone was still in my hand. I ran into the gas station and asked the cashier to call the police. While waiting, I opened the last video. The same young man appeared again. This time, he was standing outside an abandoned building. He was breathing fast. If this phone reaches anyone, check the Notes app. There is an address. There are names. I copied everything. Then he looked behind him. His face changed. Someone was coming. The video ended. My hands were shaking when I opened the Notes app. There was a list of dates, car plate numbers, locations, and names. 7 names. The last name on the list was not the young man's, it was mine. Under my name there was one line. Office exit, 11:42 p.m. I stared at the screen. This phone had not shown me the future. It showed me something worse. Someone had been watching me before I ever entered that taxi. The police arrived 10 minutes later. The driver was gone. The car was gone. But the phone was real. The videos were real. And the list was real. That night I thought the story had ended. But at exactly 11:42, the next night, the old phone turned on by itself. Not because it knew the future. Because someone had scheduled a message. One new file appeared on the screen. A voice recording. I pressed play. The young man's voice whispered, "If you are hearing this, he knows you found the phone." Then there was a pause. And another voice spoke. The taxi driver. "Now we know where you live."